Dressed up in the uniform and ready to go. Another beautiful Sunday. Check it out. It's going to be cloudy, no big deal. No threat of rain, but rain is never a threat. Beautiful. Wonder what we're going to find today in the Urban Creek. It's about 20 degrees difference compared to yesterday when it got up to 65. When it rained all day, couldn't feel too much, still recovered some major things. But this weekend is almost like a complete replica of last weekend's adventures, minus the sun. That's the only thing that's completely opposite from last weekend. It's just completely cloudy, this one. Yeah, but why am I going back to Urban Creek? 2 weekends in a row, the same creeks, 2 weekends apart. Because they know what's out there. They know what we're looking for. And let's hope it's going to be monumental today, just like it was last weekend. Because of the heavy rains this past week. Probably have opened up the door. Opened up the hatch. Turned things around. To expose more monumental historical things. Got to go down there and find out. See what's up. But the answers were given back to us again yesterday. The things we only find in an urban creek. And the pattern has continued. These 4 items right here have never been found in that country creek until yesterday. But they know that I know the patterns. I mean, look at it. This is what we usually find a lot of in that one urban creek. And they're trying to get us to go back today. I'm hoping it's not going to be the complete opposite of what it was last weekend. You're going to say that's what they're trying to tell you. I mean, the weather shows it. You're just going back to the same place that you went last weekend. You found very monumental things that were sitting right on top, basically. Historic or not, we loaded up the pockets and the bags. But what is it going to be like today? Are they trying to tell us something? Let's go take a look. Oh boy, get a load of this. What a beautiful day indeed, but the clouds are not really moving out. They're just giving us a little bit of some sunshine to warm it up a little bit out here. Man. Looks like the waters on Wednesday and Thursday overflowed the banks by a few feet. From what I'm looking at here, we might have a very monumental day. I'm not sure though. Got to jump up in this thing. It's still kind of running real hard. Yeah. Let's hope they didn't wipe out all the gravel and just replace it with sand. That's what I'm worried about. As rough as they got out here, landscaping for real. If only they can, well, let's not put it all on them. If only they could take out all the garbage. But that should be on the human race, not on nature. Imagine how beautiful it would be if there was not one single piece of garbage up in here for miles and miles. Let's jump up in this thing. Oh boy. Lovely. The first 150 feet has been overwhelmingly loaded with a bunch of fantastic art stuff for the future. I know you probably don't care about that, but after rainstorms like this, I'm always looking for it. Every little piece I can get my hands on to create later on, you know. use later. This stuff is all over the place. Look at the stash I got going on right now. Man, little paintings and stuff. Little bits and pieces that will go towards a larger piece. Dang, look at that one. Yeah. I got 4 little grocery bags on me in preparation for this. For real though, because it's gonna be that kind of day. I tell you right now, there's a bunch of new stuff up in here. Let's hope they have some new artifacts compared to last weekend too. But it's yin and yang in times like this. We might find everything else besides the monumental historical things, you know. We don't know until we look and find it, right? We could find bone tools. We could find, you know, banner stones. Or we could find none of that and find a bunch of modern pieces like this. I got 4 bags for a reason. Let's hope they're going to be equalized, you know. 1 bag full of nothing but monumental artifacts, ancient pieces. I think I might have one. Hold on. No, I don't. Dang it. I'm going to say this in a very good way. It looks like it could be extremely overwhelming out here. And it might take till 6 o'clock to even go through to see it all. Times like this, when there's a lot to choose from, a lot to see, I guess I can be more choosy with it. The less there is, the more I have to take. Or recover, that is. Not take. Let's not say take. Let's say recover. Something looks flat. Hold on. Oh, dang. Another game piece. Thanks, guys. Is that a piece of the pot? You bet it is. First artifact of the day. No design on it, though. Yeah. Every step I take is something. We'll use this side later. What about this little piece? Is that Native American bead? Probably a piece of plastic. Well, it's got writing on it. It's some kind of thing from a whatever. Let's hope we're gonna be all going crazy today. Look at that pile. It was leveled out last time I came out. This is where the water flowed for about 9 months. About a year ago. And we used to have to climb through all these log jams and stuff up in here. And now look at that. Ain't nature such a perfect thing? They know exactly what they're doing. They're trying to pile it up right there. Why? To rebuild the foundation underneath this giant ancient sycamore that's probably at least 95 years old. Gargantuan. They're trying to help them out. What you know about that? Got some stackation going on up in here to balance. We're still going to see a lot of things we've seen before, things that can't move, can't be moved, whatever. It's important for us to find it all, though. Look, see, new pieces all over the place. Look at that. Probably from an old TV, old stereo from like the 50s, maybe the 70s. I know my stuff. Look at that art piece. That could be used as like a abstract piece for like a city. Let's not say, don't say be destroyed. Uh-oh, I'm nervous now. Dang it, crap. Uh-oh. I think the water's got so energized out here getting up in the bank and all. Well, that's got nothing on it. countertop piece. No color, no nothing. Hold on. What's this? Baby doll head. Tennis ball. Tennis ball. Yeah, look at that. No, you're going to say, Da Vinci, you're wrong with that, man. That's the inside of some kind of car. No, it's a stereo. That's the dial right here. Yeah, but I think they might have gotten up to my stash up in here. They might have pulled things out. I can see where the lines have flowed down and leaves have been washed down. Dang it. You're going to say, you out of all people that knows nature so well, you know what they can do in places like this. No matter how you place that stash. Oops, that's not going to work. How high you place it. No matter how long it's been there, they will try to claim it back because it's important. Let me go ahead and take a look. Wonder if we're going to find some black spear tips today. Oh yeah. Yeah, they got a buzz on the energy drink for real. I don't know if they were successful taking out a few of the things. I don't think they were. That's how high the water's got right there. Probably higher than that. You can see where the leaves have been pulled down. And they try to pull down a few things too. You got the baby doll arm right there. What the? Is that my tractor? My toy tractor? You guys gonna say, Da Vinci, you crazy, man. Oh, dang. Let me get back to looking. That's exactly what I was waiting on. What I'm talking about, what I talked about before. The hard rainstorm that hit on Wednesday and Thursday probably covered everything in sand. And then the little bit of rain we got on Friday and Saturday was not enough to flood the place. So it just washed everything down and exposes everything just on top, making everything easy to see. Nothing yet though. Yeah. That's all right though. We're definitely going to be finding some things, even if it's just a little bit. Every bit counts, you know, in large amounts. Beautiful. They said it was going to be all clouds today. What the heck is going on here? Welcome to a heavenly Sunday. Thanks for helping us out. You know what we're looking for. You're going to say, what's that in your hand, man? Hold on, that might be a piece. No, it's just a piece of glass. It looks like they're still making them. The tip is busted. Yeah. But there was one pattern that I was looking at earlier. And I'm not talking about pottery. I'm talking about... Hold on. Oh, yeah, another piece of the pot. Easily recognizable. Here's our first soul right here. Just like the one we found yesterday that guided us here. Let's hope it works out with the major history. But this is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about patterns. I know it's just deer steps. You know I'm always complaining whenever we go out. And I'm always praying we never see human footprints because we know what they might be looking for. But this is such a spiritual game, it's not even funny. It's perfect. It's pure brilliance within the world we live in. I see ice. Well, it's beautiful. Yeah, but it's perfect though. Just like this piece of metal, we're adding it to the stash. But I'm starting to pick up on the patterns of things. It's almost like, like I told you before, when it comes to the ancient ones, maybe they choose to come back as animals because it's more fun. It's just the way they used to live, survive. That's all they did was survive. That was their life. Surviving. And they choose to come back in a body that represents that, And every time I see deer prints, deer steps, or something, that's where we find a lot of great things. Even after a major flood, it's almost like they're trying to guide us to where things are with every step they take. Like we're supposed to follow the deer steps. I haven't proven that yet. But it is a great possibility. I mean, it was right next to a piece of pottery, an ancient piece. They're going to have to hang on to this one because it's complete. I can't even flatten it out like they can. I'll have to come back later and get it 85 years from now. Don't know if I should take that. I'm definitely taking that though. Good eye, good game, good game. Masterpiece on this side. Recognizable on this side. Let's use it for this side later. Yeah. I don't know if I'll take the gun, the toy water gun. There's other things that I'd prefer to recover. That is, if it's out here. I had an idea about this, though. There's something that they say, these entities, whoever they are, the ones that say they protect me, whatever, the ones that are around me, at all times, even when I'm doing this hobby, look at that thing about to float away, intact. And they say a lot of things, things that also worry me. Use your light. Use your power. You know something, but what is it? I don't know if I figured it out yet or not. I mean, it seems like if I touch something and I get rid of it later, then it's almost like I make it happen because I got rid of it. You know what I mean? Here they go. It's almost like they want me to collect the guns and destroy them. But if I set them free, like in a garbage can or something, if I don't turn them into something else, let's say if I were to break them in hundreds of pieces and just make an art form out of it, an art piece, unrecognizable from what it used to be, will that be good? Instead of chucking it out in the garbage to be recirculated, and then bad things happen. There's something about what I do and I don't know what it is yet. I mean, just like these dolls I've been collecting. The ones that I collect. The ones that look like people who are no longer alive. You know? And I thought about this yesterday. What would happen if I threw out all those dolls? You know, what would happen? Well, terrible things happen to the human race because I let it go. I set it free. That's what has me worried about the things that I touch and collect. Just like all the heart rocks. Maybe that's another reason why I'm so lonely. You know? Maybe it's another reason why I don't have a girlfriend, a wife, kids that love me, a bunch of dogs and horses, cats, animals that love me. I have none of that. No family, no friends, nothing. It's almost like in order for me to get it, I have to let loose of the heart rocks that we find and collect and not hoard them. In order for it to happen, I have to set it free. I'll have to figure that one out later. Oh, I can use that. Nothing in that one, unfortunately. That's all right though, we will find things. Let's just put it like that, we will find things because it's all out here. It's abundant out here, everything is. The only thing I found in that one was a can that looks like an ancient Native American fishing net weight. Or an hourglass. Looks like they were digging for something. Maybe just chilling. Someone just said something to my left. They were right next to me. Right in my ear. It sounded like a bug. There ain't no bug out here. It's too cold. Are you right here? That was in my ear. It was almost like a mosquito or a net, like right in my ear. My left ear. Probably tell me to pick up the garbage. Yeah, it made me think about this too a while back when I was looking at the patterns of how the deer dig when they come out after storms and stuff. What if the deer are, like I said earlier, do hold the souls and spirits of the ones who choose to come back as living animals anytime they choose, and they come out to try to find and see the things that they once used, the things that they created with their own human hands, and they come out to look for it. You gotta have the eyes to see it. And I bet they see it all the time. unfortunately, it's turning out so far to be the complete opposite of what last weekend was. We all know what that is. Dang, old school for real. Check this thing out. Had to wash off the sands on the inside, but you know I have eyes of an eagle. This thing's at least 75 years old. It's got one of those signatures on it. Ralph Kiner, professional model. What? Ralph Kiner was a professional model? Just kidding. This is like the professional model type glove. But there it is, ladies and gentlemen. I knew there had to be. You're going to say, why couldn't you say Ted Williams? Well, this is just as good. Ralph Kiner. Yeah, this thing definitely dates from like the 50s. What a great find. Barely intact enough to recognize. Hard to believe we haven't found major history yet. Extremely hard to believe. Nothing but a bunch of cool modern stuff. Definitely adding it to the pocket. Great find for today. Keep it going. There was next to nothing except the baseball glove back there, and that was probably one of the better gravel bars out here. Well, gravel areas. Piece of the pot, you already know. Too small to even recognize. Let's leave it out here for the deer. They're probably looking for it. Wonder what other craziness they're going to have us find and recover today. Surprised I saw that moon thing necklace. Yeah. Definitely, unfortunately, the complete opposite of last time it came out. We're not even seeing a bunch of white quartz all over the place. I know you're seeing it, but you know, broken artifacts and stuff. So why did they bring me out here? Or drive me out here? Direct me out here? Due to what we found yesterday. Whatever it is, we haven't found it yet. Or found them yet. Oh well, keep on going, collect the interesting modern stuff to use it for some kind of art later, I guess. But it makes me think, if it's the complete opposite, there's a possibility that everything we're looking for is on the other side. And I never find anything historic on that side. Hardly. How is that even possible? 135 feet of gravel under about 2 inches of water, and on top of the gravel bar itself, not a dang thing. I know you just took a deep breath. You're like, how is that even possible? No pottery, nothing at all, no chips, no pieces of ice to give us hope. Looks like we got some kind of brass over there. I'll take a look at later. You're going to say, please, tell us you found your first historic piece today. I don't know yet. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. You have to have eagle eyes to see it and not be blinded. I think I see a stem to the left, and it curves to the right at a very fine point. And it looks like it snapped, and it looks very thin. And it probably barely missed getting busted right here due to the forces of nature. Don't just be a faker. All right, about dang time. I think someone over here too, right in front of us, said, yay. Kind of like in a very sarcastic voice. Boy. To the back pocket it goes. Keep them coming, guys, ladies and gentlemen. About dang time. About 3 feet later, I think I might have another one. It is white as snow. Hold on, I'm looking. I don't want to miss anything. You know how we don't want to miss anything at all. Yeah, it's so easy to see the white. For real. It's like a piece of glass right here. And I almost stepped on it. I had to take a closer look to realize it's probably not a piece of glass. Or is it? And it's a faker. Nice micronapping on this one. A lot of stuff up in here. Hold on, gotta flip it over, Colorful? Well, it's got earth tones on. Let me grab it, add it to the bag of modern stuff. Yeah. Things humans have destroyed and left out here for nature to hang on to. Yeah, it'll look better if it was dried off. Oh, what side's better? That one's got that Da Vinci style line on it. But this side has a lot of them. There's one thing I was thinking about though. When it comes to things that we collect, that we want to use for the art later. I'm a big fan of this kind of stuff. You know, the stuff that I use to create the art, the modern art, out of things that were destroyed. Came from the human race, you know, just like all the artifacts that we find and I collect and recover. And I've said it jokingly before, how maybe in the future I might just take it out someplace and bury it so I can come back and find it later. Nobody gets it, you know. I just find a spot for it. And just take it back out for the lands to have back, you know. But what does that have to do with my kind of art? Taking the things of destruction, things that were left out for nature to have to deal with. Well, there's something, like I told you in the very beginning of the video, there's something about the things that they talk about in my videos, the entities out here. The things that they say to me, us. We have up here. Hold on. Is that one of my doings? Tossing this thing up here, waiting for nature to take care of it. It is from like 4 years ago. I totally forgot about this thing. Painting. Quite the art piece. I totally forgot about this one. What the heck is that thing? Balance of nature. Interesting. Whatever the heck that's supposed to be. Gotta wash this panel off. It's gonna look great framed. For real. Nature doing its work. I think I'm gonna have my first piece of pottery in like an hour and a half. Yes, I do. Little tiny design on it. Only I think the third one of the day. It's got a red mark in it though, that's weird. Ancient. Now that's a nice one right there. Check out that soul. Dang. Perfect. Looks like something fell out of the bank. And it's got a curve on it. Hold on, I'm looking. It's just a shard though, it's not a fully intact pot. New collapsation. Please don't tell me that's part of a modern drainage pipe. It doesn't look like it though. It's got that one tight specific radius curve on it. Yep, part of a pot. Probably fell out of the land. What you know about that? Great. Yeah, there definitely was something up here in the bank. Probably lived on this side for a while, a few hundred years ago, maybe a few thousand, I don't know. There's another shard right here, right on top. It's got a little tiny scratch design on it. Cool nonetheless. Spirit of the land. What you know about that? Da Vinci style. Like the good old days out here. I love coming across places like this. It keeps me looking. Keeps me motivated. I'm still waiting for that day where we find that fully intact pot sticking out of the side, waiting to be recovered after a few hundred years, a few thousand. You're going to say, why don't you go to archaeology school, become an archaeologist, do it all the time? I know, I just got too much interest, and I'm ancient. Nothing wrong with coming out and just picking up the pieces and leave the rest. So one thing about the natives though, compared to today's modern societies, on how your world has developed so quickly within the past 300 or 400 years, 500 years, whatever. They knew what it was all about a long time ago. Living with the land. Nothing was rushed. It's like they were a part of it. Knowing that they depended on it so much to live, thrive. For thousands of years, tens of thousands. Even in some places, millions of years. I think that's a rock. I saw a line on the top. And it is a rock. Yeah. I mean, the ancient ones, long time ago, all around the world, they just developed with the time of the earth, you know, the time of the land. They just developed with it. They were within it, part of it. And nothing was hurried. They just went with the flow. Just like when they passed on to another life. You can't tell how old 30 years old was or how long they lived. 30 years probably felt like a lifetime in eternity. Felt forever, probably. Math was guided by the sun, the rotation of the planet, the stars, the position of the moon, the math of their life. And they just went with it. Nothing was hurried. Except your modern societies today, which has me worried. I told you that before. I mean, the United States has only been around for less than 300 years. And other modern societies, cultures around the world, it's almost like they developed too fast. And everything seems so short when it comes to time. I remember my ex-girlfriend's daughters used to talk about that all the time when they used to compare certain things. Things they saw on the internet, trendy things, whatever, when they're in their late teens. And start making fun of certain things. Oh, that was so last year. That was so 2014, and it was just 2015. Acting like it was 400 years went by. When only 1 year went by. It's almost like you're shortening your own time. It's almost as if the ancient ones knew what everlasting life was in a different sense, a different representation of it. Everlasting life. By just going with the flow of it all, the life of the planet. It's one of those things. Maybe I need to think about collecting those if they're going to give us that kind of art. The little flattened liquor bottles. Well, looks like we might have a battered one here. Hold on. It's got striations in it. Looks legit. And it is. Actually, it's intact. Would you look at that? It's a little crooked. Georgia boy style. Add it to the pocket. Nothing major, nothing humongous, but good enough for now. Just go with the flow. Collect that time. Recover it. So it seems endless. Rambo style. Any pots up here? I'm going. It's all right though. It's deep. It is. It's above the knees. It might be deeper around this log jam right here. Hold on. I left everything else behind. Man, they better not trip us up. I'm not about to go around this thing. You know how deep it's going to be right up in here. You guys going to say, Da Vinci, you crazy, man. Dang Rainbow style up in here. They got the entanglement going on. Hold on. You don't know how deep it is until you take a step. And I'm entangled in this thing too. I heard someone over here, an entity, say something earlier. They said, you're left, or you left, or we left, or something like that. And I looked to my left and I didn't see anything. But it curves to the left over here. Uh-oh. Hey, there's gravel under here. There's never gravel under here. The sand was piled up for the longest time under this tree right here. And there's nothing now. What the heck do I do to myself? It's almost up to the limits of the waders. And I can't climb out of here either. The things I do just to find history, man. This has taken forever. But we're doing it though. Boy, does that look scary or what? Don't give us a drop down, guys. All right. Instead of climbing over, we're going to have to duck this time. Uh-oh. It's up to the limits, man. It's getting lower through here. Oh yeah, hold on. I'm trying to force myself up. You're gonna say you should have climbed up on the land and just walked over. All right, that is difficult and it's extremely soft through here. Of course, go figure. It's gonna be below the knees, just above the ankles on the other side, go figure. Start looking around, we don't want to miss anything ancient. That is if it's gonna be here. There's never a guarantee. Well, dang. Don't know if it's a piece of mortar from a bridge or something, or some kind of ancient tool that's busted. Feels like a rock to me, but we could be wrong. Yeah, we're not gonna be able to get through. I mean, it's manageable to try to get through. It's steep. I'm looking further up the creek, man. I know there's one powerful gravel bar up there. It's probably going to take 30 minutes to look in. But we can't get through. They got quite the log jam right in front of us, man. We'll just have to keep waiting. Let's cover the other side. It's only 3 o'clock. Time to go pick up more fancy garbage. And then some, hopefully. How come I missed it last time? Ooh, top of a bowl. Would you look at that? I wonder if they're trying to let us know that the pottery is on the other side. Well, you didn't move far from 2 summers ago. Boy, was that ever a scary scene. Might be a lot of this fabulous stuff on the other side. I'm not sure I'm ready for the other side. I have a feeling it's just going to be a bunch of modern stuff like, wow, look at that. Dang. Beautiful. Ready for the art. Collecting the souls. Thought I saw something. Oh dang, I thought that was a Dalton. Yeah, it's not going to be anything on the other side, but a bunch of stuff like this. Man, that's a nice one though. Beautiful. About 10 more souls today. Probably going to be more by the time we get done with the other side. Wonder if there's going to be all the pottery and stuff on the other side. The more monumental pieces, you know. But we're about to find out once we get down there, though. We are officially on the other side. Get a load of the last soul I just collected. About 100 feet back. Never saw it in the beginning of the day. Probably the best and most artistic example I've ever collected. It's almost like it's own standalone piece. Look at the layers on that thing. Beautiful, Da Vinci style. Keep going. About 2 hours to recover more things today. I'm looking. Is that for now or later? That would fill up a grocery bag for real. I think I'll save it for later, man. That is way too big of some kind of plastic tarp thing. Well, it matches this perfectly. Like that art piece I made a couple of months ago, man. What you know about that? And another bottom of a sole of a shoe. Beautiful. What is it about this side of the creek where we can't find artifacts? It's like we can only find the artistic things. And don't crap your drawers when you see it either. Oh no, this bag is ripped. Crap, dang it. At least I have 2 more. You're gonna say, all I gotta do is just look in the trees. You'll find more. Dang, looks like it fell right off the lady, the painting. Yeah, I would say so. Definitely recovering that thing. It's perfect for the art. Gotta grab it on the way back. Gotta fill the bags with other things. And you already know what they are. Let's get to looking. It's not even 4:30 yet. We still got like an hour and a half of good looking time. And from what I'm seeing, it's definitely good looking when it's like this. I wonder if they've already designed the rest of the day for us. I'm just basing that off the last 10 or 15 minutes. Looking for cool things to recover. Well, you know that other bag was ripped, so I had to pull out another spare to double that thing. And it was almost like that was them telling us that we're going to have to use a double bag for something. Then 5 seconds later, I found this. Quite the artistic base. It's dried paint. Perfectly flat. I can use that as a base for one of my sculptures. You're going to say you can use that as a base for your, that sole of a shoe you found. You know, stand it up on rod or something like that. Yep. I would definitely say there's a hole in my left wader, my left boot. They just gave it to us. I promise you I didn't do it. They did it. Good thing I didn't step on it. They done made a cross out here in the waters of eternity. And we found the moon earlier. What you know about that? We'll take that back. Maybe they didn't. The waters are backing up. They're slowing down. And it's deep. Dang it. Up to the thighs up in here. And it's pooling. There's not going to be anything else. They're backed up in here. Man. And they stabilized the bottom of the creek too, where it's hard, easy to walk on, solid, which means it's sediment. They have settled the sands down. Yeah, there's not going to be anything else. See you back at the studio. Let's empty this stuff out for real. Another epic day for us. Man. Another great recovery effort. I don't know what you think about this one, but I love it. I love it every time. You can see it within the collection. How much we love it. So excited about the artistic pieces though. That outnumbers everything else in this stash. For real. Gotta clean it and organize it. Do what we can with it. Really. Quite the stash. Took up the majority of the space in the pockets and the bags. All this right here. And a few pieces of garbage too. Cool. The Soul collection is tight. Probably the best day when it comes to the Soul collections. Dang. So abstract you can never tell what it is anymore. can still kind of tell. Just wait until we put it back together again. Or add it to something else. Man, did we ever have some nice ones today in here. Man. Boy. Bits and pieces layer on top of each other. The way I like it. I know I got some crazy looking dolls, probably from the 60s and 70s. What are you looking at? You look kind of scary. Where are your arms at? Cool. Don't know what I'm going to do with the dolls yet. People like to collect dolls, I guess, but these are nowhere near mint condition. I mean, what kind of head is that? At least the arms still move. What's on the inside? Nothing any longer. Hey, look. They're like all the colors of the human race combined into one single arm. Would you look at that? Beautiful. Hope you like these little collections, though. I know I'm going to trash quite a bit of this. In about 6 months, when I can't figure out what to do with whatever, I'll just trash it. You're going to say, don't. Not the Eminem, my guy. Not that guy. He's supposed to light up. Seems like there's a 2 on everything. Yeah, we were definitely doing it number 2 when we found all this stuff today. It's better in the Bahamas. For real? What's better? Life in general, I guess. Trying to get the point across. Little library card. Got the crescent moon. Beautiful. Got the metal stash, and this thing right here has a number 2 on it. That thing had a 7 in front of it. I would definitely be doing number 2. Look at that thing. It's under the veneer. What you know about that? No, I'm not going to break off anymore. Weird. See, there you go right there. Ralph Connor. Professional model. Cool. Maybe I'd take a deeper look at that later. Maybe it doesn't say Ralph Connor on it. It looked better when it was wet. Can barely read the first name now. That's all right, though. I'll find out later. But not a real heavy day when it came to the history, though. But that's good enough, especially when it comes to one of them. Very nice one. I know, Georgia Boy style, a little bit chipped off on the sides. Another 2.5 to 3 incher. Wide cords. Every bit counts in large amounts when it comes to our collection. Got a little amateur one here. That's just a broken rock. They're still kind of making them. Some are more intact than others, for real. And no, that's not a point. It's just a broken piece of slate. But how do I know that? I don't. I'm just saying. Got to get excited when we see this slate. Could be anything from the native times. They used everything to make anything and everything. But this thing here, I don't know what this thing is. Might be just another bit of bridge mortar. I thought it was just some kind of sandstone piece. But now it just looks like mortar. I think that's what that is. It's just random bridge mortar. Infill for masonry. Weighs a ton. Too bad it's not some kind of artifact. What a shame. We'll find more later. Trust me on that. We're just beginning when it comes to 2024. And it's getting even better. See you later.